If you're tired of hearing the same old basic mindset and motivational fluff talk, you've come to the right show. Welcome to Project Me with Tiffany Carter, the podcast, where we dish on everything from managing that crazy brain of yours to manifesting abundance to my straightforward, actionable steps that will make you major money online. Now, I'm not your typical multimillionaire entrepreneur. It takes a small village to keep my anxiety and depression in check. I'm inherently disorganized with an intense obsession with office supplies. Your girl here is a digital marketing content expert who's generated over $200 million in sales. I promise by tuning in twice a week, you will get a much needed refreshing dose of truth, clarity, and cash-making advice. Now let's get to it. Love my fellow overthinker, crazy brain, multi-passionate, overgiving, incredible human. I have started a new special segment here on the podcast for you called my Mini Money Manifesting Boost. And I have noticed between my clients and all of the beautiful listeners who write in, which I love receiving DMs, emails from you guys. It's never annoying. Don't ever think that we're not reading them. We read each and every single review, every single email, do our best to do every DM. I'm the only person in my DMs. I don't have anyone in my team do any of that. So the DMs I can get behind. Sometimes Instagram randomly shuffles things around, but we do our best over here. And I've noticed a pattern in myself as well that we fall in and out of the abundance zone, which is why I created my free guided meditation, walking meditation series. Links in my bio on Instagram at ProjectME with Tiffany. It might be in the show notes, so you can swipe up and see if it's there. I'm not sure if we have it in there. And that's a starter, kind of a starter pack, right? There's three meditations designed for you to walk. You can multitask as well, but I'd prefer you walk somewhere or dance, move your body somehow. That's a starter pack, but I also understand that we all need as much help as we can get staying in the abundance zone and getting back into it. Because the more time we spend in it, the more we're going to end up attracting the things that we want in our lives and blocking out the crap that we don't want. And if we don't have some kind of a disciplined practice around that we enjoy, it's not going to freaking happen, which is how I came up with my manifesting abundance walks. Because I don't know about you, but I'm not someone who's going to sit still, cross-legged, and do this thing. I might do it once in a while. I might do it in a yoga class, but am I going to do it consistently enough to get results? Because it seems like a chore to me? No. And we don't have to do it that way. There is no one special, perfectly right way. You know what the right way is? Doing what feels fun and what flows and fits with your life. It's like when you hear a fitness coach or a weight loss expert say, like, I'm not going to tell you to go run sprints and do burpees if you hate them, because you'll never be consistent with it and you'll never keep it up. You have to find something that you love. So this segment, you'll be seeing them. I'm not going to say they're going to be here every week, but they will be here often. And I know that you listen in the shower, in the bathtub, while cooking, while doing laundry, while cleaning, while in the car. You're generally multitasking because that is just the life of a multi-passionate person who is going after big things, and we don't have a ton of time, and we have to do multiple things at once, and it just is what it is. I think it'd be really cool for you to be listening to this in the shower or while you're getting ready in the morning. These episodes drop at 5 a.m. Eastern time in the U.S. on purpose, because I know there's some of you, which is not me, who are early risers, who are still in a corporate job, who need to get up well before the kids start wanting you for everything. And it's a beautiful time of solace for you. So even if you're pooping, We can manifest while pooping. I've manifested some pretty solid things while pooping. The focus of today's mini money manifesting boost is the abundance you desire is actually closer than you think. We think that the things that we desire, the love, the friendships, the inner peace, the serenity, the money, the clients, the opportunities, going viral, whatever that means, the body, the health, the energy, anything that we so deeply desire, it generally feels so far away for us. And then we have these days that are our best days where we're like, I know it's coming to me. It's coming to me now. And wow, those are beautiful and blissful when that happens. But it doesn't happen all the time. And we can't wait for that to just happen, to magically get in those days and everything syncs and our hormones sync and our coffee syncs and the world cooperates and the people around us are in a good vibe. That is leaving way too much up to chance. We need to do our part and create a practice to where we help ourselves get in that mode. Even if we're leaning in 10%, even 5%, if things are feeling so far away for you and you're like, God, is this ever going to freaking happen for me? Am I ever going to get a reprieve? Am I ever going to get a break? Am I ever going to throw me a bone, universe? Like, show me that this is working. Show me this, all my effort is worth it. Show me that my life's going to get better. Show me that my time here on earth is meant for something more. I do believe I'm meant for something more, but show me, I need some kind of a proof. I mean, I'm relying here on hope, faith, and a prayer here. And that's just, it's getting to a point where that's not cutting it. I freaking get it. I've been there for the last, 6 weeks. And just when I thought I was starting to break through and I felt like about 20% better, I get sidewhacked again, man. And that's when we're just like, God, I can't do this anymore. I can't. And we're wanting something. We're wanting to have proof that it's worth it. And the problem with this is when we are so clinging on for proof that it's worth it, evidence it's going to get better. Our mood, our being, our serenity is so dependent on getting it. Then what happens is the universe goes, well, we're not going to show that to her because she is being so dependent on it, in fact, codependent on it, that we need to hold back from showing it so you can rely on your own inner faith and spirit and yourself and work more on patience and having trust and surrendering to divine timing, because clearly you weren't there yet, sister or mister. Not fun, because it would be beautiful for these things to happen when we need them to happen, but it usually doesn't work that way. I can promise you, based on practicing, studying, and teaching the law of attraction and manifestation principles for, I think we're at 15 years now, and I'm talking a very loyal, dedicated student. It's usually never going to happen when you want, but it's going to happen when it's supposed to. And that's going to feel like it takes way longer than it needs to, but we typically are blocking it from coming in. It's almost like we've put a mosquito repellent all over us, like that nasty, toxic, DEET stuff. We've put it all over our entire body because we don't want to be, bitten by the mosquito. We don't want that. So we're putting that all over our body. But then by shielding ourselves from what we don't want, we end up repelling what we do want, right? We want to feel light, free. We want to smell good. We want to feel that we can have hugs from other people. And when we have this nasty, toxic repellent on our largest living organ, yeah, we are repelling the mosquitoes, but we're also repelling feeling good in our skin, feeling like we smell good, like we're fresh, feeling like we can have personal contact with someone without deteriorating their clothes. We're holding, and I keep saying we, I'm including myself here because I'm not an exception to this rule. I've just been studying this a very long time and have more in my evidence bank. And I choose to have a deliberate and focused practice to get myself to be in that abundance zone as often as possible. But I want you to take a look at what are little things. They could be really small that you could be doing that feels like you're protecting yourself, right? And that can feel good. You're protecting yourself, but you're actually repelling what you want. Are you someone who you're avoiding confrontation or a conversation that feels difficult to you? And by doing that avoidance, you're getting some temporary relief. You're avoiding temporary discomfort, but you're repelling the very thing you want. Are you resisting sharing a truth with someone about how they've hurt your feelings and how their behavior makes you feel and it doesn't work for you, and setting a boundary because you don't want to lose that relationship. You don't want to be abandoned. You don't want to deal with them being nasty or yelling at you or ghosting you or being passive aggressive towards you. So you avoid setting that boundary. And yeah, the payoff is you don't have to deal with that temporary discomfort, but you're settling for less. So then what are you blocking? You're blocking the more. Maybe it's you avoiding putting yourself out there. You've gone through a divorce, a breakup. Maybe you are in a partnership that isn't working for you and you're delaying ending it. You're resisting putting yourself out there. You're saying, oh, dating apps are stupid. There's no one good out there. Everyone's messed up. Who's going to want a insert age person who has kids, who has X, Y, and Z, blank, blank, and blank. And so you are preventing yourself. You have mosquito repellent on, right? You have the mosquito repellent on from avoiding getting hurt, avoiding being disappointed, avoiding being vulnerable, avoiding feel awkward, doing something new, putting yourself out there. So yeah, you're getting a payoff, but what are you repelling in the meantime? You want to make money online doing something you love in your craft, or doing multiple things that you love in your craft and helping people. Yet you are toe dipping in your business, right? You're telling yourself, I'm doing these things, I'm putting this stuff out there, but you're really not investing in your business. You're not really going all in with it. You're not really learning a strategy that actually works. You're kind of doing like, I hope this works. I'll figure it out. Let's try this because it doesn't feel as scary. It doesn't feel as risky. Then it's not like you have too much at stake to lose. So you have the payoff there, right? You're not going to lose as much because you've not invested as much. And I don't just mean money, but I mean energetically, emotionally, even spiritually. Because really wanting something and putting work towards it, the risk is, it still might not work the way you want it to work, and that can be painful. So your payoff, your short-term payoff is you're avoiding that. You're delaying that, from potentially happening. You're protecting yourself from that potentially happening, but you're repelling the actual abundance you want, the freedom you want to be able to have your own business and work the hours you want to work and build a business that's set up around your life and your lifestyle, where you get to have option level cash, where if you want to go on a trip, you want to move, you want to buy a second house, you want to randomly decide that you want to rent a multi-million-dollar beach house because it feels right to you right now. You want to have a chef prepare meals for you and your family all week so you don't have to cook. That's option level cash. You want that kind of abundance, and you want that freedom of time to be able to travel whenever you want, wherever you want. Yet you're doing behaviors that are repelling the very thing you want because you're trying to protect yourself from pain. Where are you doing that? We have to be willing to risk being vulnerable, being awkward, feeling like we're walking around with our skin off, feeling silly, feeling stupid, feeling just even nauseous with nerves. We have to be willing to feel all of those things in order to attract the things that we want, because something new is required, and newness is going to feel awkward, is going to feel strange, is going to make you feel like you're an idiot and you have no idea what you're doing. Or you can continue to stay in this place that you've carved out that feels familiar to you and safe, yet you're not fulfilled and you're not happy. But you're also not feeling so raw and anxious and terrified because you're doing something new. You're putting on skis and going down the bunny slopes for the first time, or you're trying to stand up on a surfboard, or you're putting out a first book. Imagine these artists that put out a first song, or I have a podcast guest coming up that you're going to love, who went from being a pharmacist to a fashion designer, and she's 60 years old and has taken New York and LA Fashion Week by storm. And I'm talking within 9 months of putting herself out there. You're going to just be so inspired by the story. It's incredible. And she's had a gift her whole life and has been resisting that gift because of conditioning her entire life. And then she worked through it and did that abundance work and went for it. And it can happen so fast for you. So while you're in the shower today, whether it's right now or it's later, I want you to visualize rinsing off, even if you need to get it like a body scrub. Rinse off, use a body scrub, get that mosquito repellent off you, that toxic mosquito repellent that you've covered yourself head to toe to protect yourself. Let's wash it off you. And while you're doing that, say, I'm willing to be vulnerable. I'm willing to be in the state of new. I'm willing to allow myself to feel strange, to feel awkward, to feel like an idiot and not know what I'm doing. I'm willing to be in a state of newness in order to best set myself up to receive the abundance I want so badly. I'm willing to do that. This is my part, universe. I'm going to continue to do my part, even if I have to rinse off this mosquito repellent 3 times a day. I'm going to do my part so that I no longer block you, universe, from being able to send me and present to me the abundance in a variety of ways that I keep saying that I want. I will no longer block this for myself. If you are loving this new mini money manifesting boost, please take a screenshot. Share this in your Instagram, Facebook stories. I want to know how you guys feel about it. If there's certain areas around manifesting you want me to speak into, please DM me on Instagram at ProjectME with Tiffany. I would love to see them. Wishing you great health, wealth, and worth as always. Love you. If you enjoyed this podcast, please write a 5-star review on iTunes. Not only will this make me super happy, but it will allow more listeners to find our special show. Simply help me help others.